Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing a little video looking at the comic book history and abilities of Super Skrull. Now, if you're familiar with the game, which you should do, you would know that we've actually seen Skrulls in some capacity over the last year of Marvel Contest of Champions. It was tipped to have Skrulls at an entry point around about the release of Nick Fury and Captain Marvel movie for the film Captain Marvel. There was also a build for a Skrull character back then, and whether or not for whatever reason Kabam decided not to go with it, maybe it was more of a placeholder, and also this may be in a secret champion. Yes, it didn't really kind of factor into my secret or forgotten champions video, but there wasn't really much to go on, especially from the point of going, is there something in the game files? Is there not? Is this there? It is, but it isn't, but there's info for it, and as well, there looks like some sort of build. There was a lot of mystery surrounding this character, but I think now it's a case of going like, maybe this has been repurposed for the Super Skrull. Now, we will go over some of the info when it comes to the character's abilities, but if you are familiar with the character of Talos, and as well the fact that Skrulls have more of a bigger MCU appearance and as well future, then you'll know about the many rumours about Talos being actually the Super Skrull, and whether or not that will turn out to be true in coming movies. It's going to be an exciting time. When it comes to Super Skrull, Kabam have gone all out to represent this adoption of the Fantastic Four's powers, hence the reason that he's got Thing's arms, but as well the fact that I like the side profile, similar to the little baby man, which is Psycho Man. He's got this kind of like grumpy persona, this kind of like, actually looks more sad where the eyebrows are kind of like down. He's just like, just like he's gonna like wail out and cry or something like that. Just bawl and cry. Little baby man. But in all seriousness, let me introduce this character to you and as well go over some of the comic book abilities and some of the powers he possesses, which there's quite a bit. Now let's start with the beginning, and Klurt was a member of the Skrull race. Years before he became the Super Skrull, he was a decorated soldier in the Skrull army. This led a wealthy Skrullian countess from the planet Zaragna to be betrothed to him. He spawned two children, a son, Sarnog, and a daughter, Jacinda. Klurt favoured his son and despised his daughter, as you do. However, Klurt's duty and devotion as a soldier kept him away from his family, most notably when he fought in a battle. However, after a string of defeats, the disgraced Klurt was turned away by his own mate, banished from Zaragna, and was no longer allowed to see his son. Yeah, I kid you not on some of these names. Klurt, Zaragna, there's some weird names, but it's all Skrull. It's all about them Skrulls and a weird ass way of saying stuff. But I digress, moving on, and over the years, Klurt secretly kept tabs. When Jacinda grew to adulthood, she sought to win her father's respect and joined the Skrull army herself. While on a mission to recover their Sitorak gem from the Kree Empire, she was caught in the act. She swallowed the gem and it permanently bonded to her body, discovering that she could not die with the gem inside her system, and that its removal would kill her. Jacinda went into hiding. This failed mission put shame upon Klurt's home, and he vowed to one day find his daughter and kill her for the disgrace she put upon their family. Meanwhile, Sarnog underwent his first hunt, an event which Klurt witnessed from distance as he was not allowed to attend. I mean, this Klurt fella's origin already just like it shows the hallmarks of one villainous, weird-ass son of a bitch. That is, yeah, he's all kinds of wrong. He's not a good parent. But Skrulls are weird. The Skrulls we see in the MCU, they seem to be a bit nicer. How did Klurt become the Super Skrull? Well, under the rule of Emperor Dorek VII, Klurt became the first Super Skrull. He was endowed with the powers of the Fantastic Four and sent to conquer Earth after the Fantastic Four thwarted their previous invasion attempts. With powers that were stronger than his foes, the Super Skrull was more than a match against the Fantastic Four. The team leader, Mr. Fantastic, deduced that Klurt's powers were artificial and they were beamed to him from the Skrull throne world. So he built a jamming device that cut off the Super Skrull's power source. Powerless, Klurt was imprisoned inside a dormant volcano. Super Skrull has been one of those weird characters that's popped up from time to time in loads of different places. He worked under the Mad Titan Thanos raising an army and going to war, and he did that with another Skrull. Then again, he was doing some stuff with the Kree-Skrull war when he came back to Earth, and Captain Marvel had to step in and kind of make him forget his powers and his mission and stuff like that. And then he became at the power shift of Master Khan. He changed his powers to then be this Captain Hero guy, so he then becomes like a hero and a good guy for a time until like that he dies, and then he comes back to life as Super Skrull again. Comic books are weird. There's so many things that happen in different time frames, but Super Skrull has appeared a lot more than I thought he would. Definitely a lot more than Psycho Man, and damn right there's probably going to be some MCU thing in the future. The dude is a complete mad lad. He's even posed as Daniel Rand, so he was the Iron Fist for a time. Oh dear, so weird. But in any case, let's go over some of the comic book source abilities, or at least some of the powers that we know that this might be bringing into the game. And there's a lot for this character and champion to have if he's put into the game with all of them. First thing right off the bat, I don't know if Kabam are ambitious enough to at least put in a champion or a character that can shapeshift. It's something that we've talked about in this game for a long time, about Mystique coming in, as others can do this in the source material, but will they do this? I doubt it, and I think this will be a narrative to be kept solely and strictly to some source material, but mainly towards those Fantastic Four powers, which look, is easy for Kabam to do and put together. So what is all this other stuff? Well, Hypnotic Gaze. Now, whether or not there will be something of like a stun ability or something that has something of a just keeping status, like Paralyze, would it be something? Possibly. I think it really will be more on like the just something that emulates stun, but goes a little bit further with the hypnotic abilities. Unless there's something else that Kabam plans to kind of work in with that one, or not at all. The amazing thing is that this character is more powerful than the Fantastic Four. So there's a note here saying, therefore, Super Skrull can mimic the power sets of the Fantastic Four but gain more power than the originals. He can fly faster than the Human Torch, he can stretch more than 100 miles and lift, press more than 100 tons, among other things. The set of powers that he can mimic are all powers of Human Torch, which are, their pyrokinesis, plasma form, flight, heat absorption, etc. So will he be heat immune or like incinerate immune? Possibly. Will it be a case that he'll have interactions with the likes of cold snap, frostbite? I don't know if it will be grained in that far, but we can see. Thing powers, he has Invisible Woman powers of invisibility. Man, this would be crazy if this sole champion possesses all of the abilities of the Fantastic Four. That will be mad. Multi-immunities, potentially. I'd love to see that. I don't know if it would get it, but it would be nice to kind of see how much of a nod to all of these different things would be possible. But look, things, immunities from just Human Torch, the robust nature to the defensive ability accuracy that that Invisible Woman has with the invisibility. I don't think it's I think it's gonna be more of like slight nods to each of them, but not completely everything, which is a slight disappointment because this would be an OP character. But look, I guess that's the thing, isn't it? What the character can actually have. There's also some other abilities, like whether or not he'll possess the Iron Fist. No, I don't think they'll go as far as doing that. Yeah, like, will it be a case like Phalanx Select, although we do not display these abilities while he was infected with the transmod virus ability, those who were infected. So transmod virus stuff, like, I just think we could go too far with this because the character has appeared so many times. I think it would very much specific to different things, but as well, like the abilities, Skrull military training, because look, he's amazing at combat because of his army service time that he's done in the wars, the Skrull wars. Aviation, unarmed combat, marksman. Will he have a gun? I don't think so. I think it'll be again more of the same of the Fantastic Four. Could he use powers, leadership? Yeah, I mean strength level. Yep, it's there. Skrull beam dependence. So I don't know if Kabam would make a nod to this about the Skrull beam. If you don't know already, the character had a beam that was taken from the Skrull homeworld, or the throne like room or throne world, and it was beamed onto the character on Earth so he could work with his powers, and when it was jammed he was unable. We kind of like read about that in this particular video, so I don't think it will possess any kind of like a nod to that, but you never know. Either way, there's weaknesses. Despite his power enhancement, he's still subject to fatigue, disease and injuries. So will we see the likes of bleeds and poisons and neurotoxins available to go through, as well as other things like ruptures, degenerations and other types of effects? More than likely, this isn't meant to be like this OP champion, and I don't think Kabam will do the full nod to all immunities, all abilities in this one champion, because it would just be too ridiculous. Still saying that I'm pretty excited for this new character coming in, especially with what it can do with those Fantastic Four powers, the portions of those different characters that the champion will possess, and what damage potential, and if there will be anything unique about this champion. We'll have to wait and see for any spotlights or any kind of like data mined information that may be put out. But in any case, that has been a video. Thank you very much for watching. Check out some recent content posted up there, and I shall see you all very, very soon for another video. Bye bye for now.